Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be testing out 5 products. So this is a 5 first impressions. I love first impressions videos. I can usually tell if I'm going to like a product right when I put it on. So I love doing these kinds of videos. I will also do a check-in at the end of the night to see how these products wore. So if you want to see me test out 5 new products, just keep watching. Okay, so my first impressions that I'm doing is this NYX Shine Killer Primer. I do have the NYX Pore Filler Primer and I really do like that one. This one is their Shine Killer one. So it says this eliminates the look of excess oil and shine, leaving skin looking matte and fresh all day. Can be worn over, under, or without makeup. Okay, how am I going to put this over my makeup? That's so weird. Well, I am going to be using it as a primer today. Okay, that's already weird. That's not what I was expecting. This is like a silicone primer. I grabbed way too much. So it reminds me kind of the feel of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Very silicone-y. It feels really nice and soft on the skin as I'm blending it out. It does. It feels really nice. Oh yeah, on my cheeks I look way more matte now. So it instantly makes my skin look more matte. It feels really nice. Like, it feels really nice on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy, which with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, I think is what it's called. I feel like that one feels really heavy. This feels very light on the skin. And once, like, literally it took like 20 seconds to kind of dry down and look matte. So that looks really nice. So the next first impressions, I got this in a BoxyCharm. That made my hands feel very slick. Okay, so this is the Bellapierre Cosmetics Pro Concealer Palette, and it's a correcting palette. It's a color correcting palette, which I have been liking lately. I'm going to go into this green one. So these are cream color correctors. Oh, I like that it's a very light green. So I'm just going to go put that to where I have redness. I look so funny right now. So then I'm just going to go in with a beauty sponge and just kind of blend that out. Blend out all that green. I really like that it is a very light green. Some color correctors are like really intense green, and I feel like then when you put your foundation on, there's just like an overall green tone to your face, and I really don't like that. So I feel like it did cancel out some of my redness. And there's just like a light hint of green on my skin right now. So I'm going to go back into this palette. And I'm going to take the purple, and the purple is to brighten. So I'm going to place that under my eyes. Normally I don't like cream products like this because they feel really heavy and I feel like they slide around. But these actually feel really nice. So normally I wouldn't use a cream concealer like that because just the way they feel on my skin, and I feel like I can never truly set them, but these actually feel really nice. They're really light and they're really creamy. They're not really like, they're not thick. And they actually feel really nice on the skin. So I did the green and the purple. So we'll see once I put my foundation on. I'm going to go put my foundation on and I will be right back with a new concealer. Okay, so I put my foundation on. I'm doing a wear test on this foundation right now. My next first impressions is this Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have heard so many good things about this concealer. I did hear that it dries down a little darker. I got, what is this shade? They were out of Fair, so I got Fair Neutral. This doesn't really say anything on the box at all except for what it is. So it has an applicator like the Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer. It's very light, like it feels very light when I'm putting it on. Already I can see it's darkened. Oh yeah, it's like darkened a lot. Look at right there and look at right here. So I would say get 1 to 2 shades lighter than you would think that you would need. So I'm just gonna blend that out with a beauty sponge. This is weird. The undertone of this is weird. Like it kind of looks ashy under my eyes. I really want to like this. It's so inexpensive, but the tone of it is so weird in person. It looks fine now that it's blended out. I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to like way brighter, and maybe this is just a little too dark for me. It dried down really quick. It looks good under my eyes. I think it just changing color like that really threw me like off guard. That was very weird. I'm gonna spray my sponge with my Smashbox primer water and just go under my eyes. Okay, so this is what it looks like all blended out. I think it looks fine. I don't know. Maybe it just like messed with my eyes as I was blending it out. That was very weird. I think it looks nice though. So I'm gonna go in and set my under eyes with my It Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. Okay, so I think it looks really nice. That concealer, just the tone of it on my skin was so weird. I don't even know how to explain it. And I have a neutral, like fair neutral. I have that in the NYX concealer. I think I have fair neutral. I also have it in the Urban Decay Weightless or Naked Skin concealer. And none of them had such, like I feel like it looked gray toned or something for a second. I mean, it looks fine now that it's blended, but that was just odd. Okay, so I just contoured really quick. I'm gonna go in with a bronzer now. Okay, so this thing's weird. This is from Crown. I don't even know where I got this. This was just in my first impressions box. Like when I get new makeup, I put it in this box so that I make sure to use it for a video. But this is a 3-tone bronzer, it says. But honestly, when I pull it out, it looks like, this thing's tiny. I wonder if it was like a sample or something. It literally looks like bronzer, blush, and highlight. I'm going to kind of swirl it around and see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks too pink for bronzer, so hold on. Okay, so I'm going to take this Crown 3-tone bronzer and use it as a highlight. So I'm just kind of swirling it all in there. I mean, it looks very, I think it added color, but just very blah. Okay, and then I pretty much put the rest of my makeup on. So the last first impressions is this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Catnip. I got this from TJ Maxx for $7. This is a $20 lipstick, so I was like, heck yeah. This looks very pink toned. It kind of matches my lower lash line. That color is really pretty. Okay, so this is what the lipstick looks like. It is very pretty. So I'm going to go through and give you guys my first impressions on these 5 products. So this is what my makeup looks like. I think it turned out really pretty. I think it looks really good. This lip color is gorgeous. So the first thing was this NYX primer. This is the Shine Killer primer. So I put it on, and once it dried down, it did really mattify my face. Since I am doing check-ins for this foundation, I will do a check-in at the end of the day to let you guys know how these products held up throughout the day. So I do get oily throughout the day when I'm doing a foundation wear test. I don't blot, I don't powder, I don't do anything. I just let the foundation kind of run its course, and we'll see at the end of the day if this helped me stay a little more matte. I'm kind of excited to see if it did. The next first impressions was this Bellapierre Pro Concealer Palette. I was actually surprised by this. The concealers feel so light and creamy, and they don't feel heavy at all. That's my thing with concealer palettes like this, is they feel very heavy on my skin whenever I try to use them, but this one actually felt fine on my skin. I put it on and I blended it out, and I could not even feel it at all. The green did help with the redness from my breakouts. I feel like it looked really great. Once I put foundation on, I couldn't see any of the green tone showing through at all. I think it looks really beautiful. So I'm kind of excited about this palette, because when I saw that I was getting this in my BoxyCharm, I was like, ugh, I don't like concealer palettes for that exact reason. The creamy ones, they just never work for me. This actually felt really nice on my skin, and so I'm excited. So I used the green on all my breakouts and my problem areas, like my cheeks and my forehead, and then I used the purple to brighten under my eyes. So far, I like it. The next first impressions was this Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I don't know, this concealer freaked me out. So let's just do a swatch really quick. Okay, so there is the swatch. I'm going to let it dry down just for a second while I'm talking. Once this dries, I'll put a new swatch next to it, and you can see the difference in the colors. When I put it on my face, it had the weirdest tone to it. It almost looked ashy. Like an ashy tone. I don't know if it's just because it dried down and then it just looked so weird on my face. I mean, I blended it out and it looks fine. Honestly, I wish I would have been able to just get the Fair or the Porcelain or whatever the lighter shade was. Because this Fair Neutral, I don't know, it kind of looks very pinky. I can't really tell. Okay, so that's it dried down. Is that dry? No, I'm going to let that dry just a little bit more. It kind of looks pinky, even though it says it's neutral, so I don't really know. I mean, it looks good. Under my eyes look really good right now. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It feels very lightweight. It blended out really nicely, except for my forehead, but I could have left it too long and it could have dried too fast on my forehead. So I feel like this dries fast, so you need to maybe work in sections, like do one eye and then do your forehead, and maybe that'll look a little bit better. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. Let me just put a new swatch right next to it, and you can see how much it dries, how much it darkens when it dries. I mean, that's a pretty big difference between those two. So if you are gonna get this, I would just say go maybe 2 shades lighter than you would normally. We'll see. We'll see how this looks at the end of the day. I think it looks nice. I love testing new concealers. Concealers and foundations are some of my favorite makeup products to try out. So I like it. I like how it looks. I wish I could have gotten the lighter shade, but that was sold out. But I do like how it looks. I think it did its job. I think it looks very pretty. My under eyes look pretty nice. I would just say, if you're doing it, work in sections. Put it under this eye, blend it out. Put it under this eye, blend it out. and just kind of work quickly with it because I think it does dry down pretty fast. Okay, the next was this Crown, where's the box? Crown 3-tone bronzer. I don't like this. I don't even know where I got this. It was just in my like new products thing. It says it's a bronzer. It's not a bronzer. It literally looks like a tiny bit of a bronzer, blush, and then a highlight right here. When you swirl it all together, it is very pinky. So I used it as a blush today. I didn't like it. It doesn't even really look like I put blush on. It is very light. I'm probably gonna give this away. So that was a no for me. And my last first impressions is the ABH liquid lipstick in the shade Catnip. This is gorgeous. It looks really nice on my lips. It looks a little drying, but my lips were dry. Were very dry. I probably should have done a scrub or something on my lips before I used this, but it looks dry, but it is beautiful. The shade's beautiful. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, but right now I think it looks really nice. It dried down really quick, and there's no transfer. So that is awesome. I did film this eye look and a foundation wear test on this foundation. So if you want to see those, I will link them down below and in the eye over here. And if they are not up yet, they will be up soon. So I will see you at the end of the night to give you an update. So I'm going to do just a quick check-in. This is the end of the night. It is 8:07 p.m. right now. So the concealer has creased so much under my eyes. I don't know what it is. I mean, I always get creasing under my eyes, but it looks pretty bad. So I don't know if it's the concealer. I don't know. I'm going to continue to test the concealer out. I love Colourpop and I've heard really great things about it. It could have just been, you know, the combination with the foundation I'm using today or the powder that I put on top. You know, any of those could be a factor of why it's creasing so bad. So it doesn't look like I'm creasing on my lip or anything like that. So the concealer is all right. The bronzer I didn't like. I still look pretty matte for me. So I did use a matte foundation and I did use that matte primer. So it could be a combination of both of those, but I still think my skin looks really good. Yeah, that bronzer blush thing that I used, I don't like that. You can see my pores pretty bad. This is like my problem areas for my pores. So I think if I did use that again, I would need to use a pore filler primer just on my problem areas and the matte primer everywhere else. The color corrector, I mean, I can't tell you. I don't see redness peeking through where I used it, so not bad. What was the other thing? Oh, and the lipstick. The lipstick wore pretty good. After I ate 3 times and drank out of a can and stuff, then it kind of started flaking, like it was on my chin. Not terribly, but I did find it quite drying today, but that could be because my lips have just been so dry in this like winter weather, so could be a combination of any of those. I do really like the ABH lipsticks that I have tried, the liquid lipsticks, so not bad. I think it was a pretty successful. I really liked 3. I really liked the primer. I really liked the lipstick. I liked the concealer palette, the color correcting concealer palette I liked. And then the concealer, the actual concealer, I'm gonna just have to keep testing. Today I don't really like it. I don't think I like it very much. And the bronzer blush thing, I don't like that. So yeah, those are my thoughts after wearing them for 8.5 hours. Okay guys, so those were all of my thoughts on these 5 products. If you liked this 5 first impressions and like videos like this, make sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post 3 videos every week. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in my next video.